Hi everybody, this is Jennifer. Welcome to my channel. Today I am doing the WWE Book Tag. This tag was created by Shakespeare and such. I'm going to put the original tag video in the in the description box below. I was not tagged by anybody and I'm not tagging anybody, but if you see it and you love wrestling like I do and you want to do the tag, then you should definitely do it. I think it's very good, and I think it's got some really interesting questions. So let's go ahead and get started. Prompt number 1 is Alexa Bliss. Recommend a compelling book that happens to have a super unlikable main character. Well, I'm kind of cheating just a tiny bit because the only not unlikable character in this book is the main character, and everybody else is horrible. So I thought it would still count. Excuse me. I thought it would still count. And that is The Secret History by Don Tart. So Richard is at Hampton College, and he falls in with this group of esoteric Greek scholars, kind of. They're studying ancient Greece, and they get into some business, and there's murder. So everybody in this story is pretty much awful, except for Richard. Richard does some bad stuff, but that's pretty much because he gets pulled into this stuff and not because he's generally a bad dude. But oh my goodness, Charles and Camilla, oh my god, I hated those people. Henry is, oh, anyway, every single one of the people in here suck a little, so there's that. And so that's what I'm doing. However, yeah, it is compelling, and what they get up to is very interesting, even though I saw it coming a mile away. But I thought this book was engaging, and in the end I really liked it, even though I hated everybody in it. So prompt 2 is Oscar. Name a book that you were not ready for, or an upcoming release that you were not ready for. And for this, I am choosing The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This book is violent. It is violent. And lots of bad things happen. They're in the war. They're committing genocide. Yeah, I was warned by several reviewers. And I still love this book, by the way. I'm not saying I didn't like it, but you gotta be prepared for how dark it gets. And it gets very, very dark. All right. Number 3, Bailey. Name a book character you just want to hug. And for that, I have chosen Magnus in the Ali Smith book, The Accidental. It could be easy to hate Magnus because he was involved in a situation that ended in somebody's suicide. However, it was not his intention, and he's racked by guilt so much that he tries to kill himself. And you just want to, like, give him a hug. Not the way Amber does. Amber goes a little bit far in this book, but I feel Magnus really needs a hug, especially at the beginning. Prompt number 4 is The New Day. Name a book. Name a book that is unapologetically goofy. And for this, I am going to. I'll put the cover up here. This is a book that I read probably about once a year, usually in January, and it's hilarious, and I love it so much. And it's Fluke by Christopher Moore, and it's about this group of whale hunters, and Nate is taking pictures of whales over in Hawaii, off the coast of Hawaii, and he sees a whale that breaches, and on its tail is written the words, "Bite me." And hilarity ensues from there. I really enjoy this book, especially the story of why Nate's wife Libby leaves him. I'm not going to get all into it because I don't want to be all spoilery, but it's hilarious and I love it, and I read it all the time. At number 5, Bobby Roode. Name a character who has extreme determination toward their goal. And for this, I am picking Dr. Ivana Kern from Children of Time. She is a scientist who has terraformed this earth, and they've constructed this biological agent to accelerate evolution in a barrel of, in a set, in a certain species on the planet. And something happens, and she ends up in, you know what, I'm not going to go into what happens exactly, but she is determined, and she takes a lot of steps to make sure that her vision becomes a reality. And you get to see how that shakes out as far as her plans to recreate a sort of Earth on this planet. Next up, prompt number 6, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Name a book to movie adaptation that you loved. Well, for this, I've picked Call Me By Your Name by Andre Osman. Yeah, there's some stuff in the movie that's not in the book, and there's some stuff in the book that's not in the movie, but I saw the movie first, and it made me want to read the book, and the movie is just really well done, and it's beautiful to watch, and so that's why I picked it. Call Me By Your Name by Andre Osman. Next up, prompt number 7. Excuse me, I can't memorize these things. John Cena. Name a book that you're kind of tired of hearing about. Well, I would say Harry Potter, but I don't want death threats. So I'll just say The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. I'm kind of already sick of hearing about that. Normal People by Sally Rooney. The people who love it, and the people who don't love it, don't. And I have not read it, and I'm not likely to, so there we go. Prompt number 8, Ronda Rousey. Name a debut that blew you away. There are tons of debut novels that I really love. However, what I am going to say is, honorable mentions: 1 for White Oleander by Janet Fitch, and A Constellation of Vital Phenomena by Anthony Mora, and Tell the Wolves I'm Home by Carol Rifka Brent. But the book that gets my number 1 pick is Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. Saw the movie in '94, read the book, did not put it down for a decade. Alright, so prompt number 9 is Shinsuke Nakamura. Recommend a favorite translated book. And for this, I have chosen, quick shout out though to Frankenstein in Baghdad. I read that earlier this year, and it just totally got me out of a reading slump. I thought it was really good. But for this, it's my favorite book of last year, and that is The Seventh Function of Language by Laurent Binet. And this involves Roland Barthes, who gets hit by a laundry van, and there's an investigation, and there's semiotics, there's philosophers, there's Umberto Eco in there somewhere, and a international debating society where you wager digits and other limbs if you lose. And this was really fun. I listened to the audiobook, and it was so good. I loved it so much. It just gets to my nerdy nature and my love of humor, and it was really good, and one of the standout books that I read last year. Number 10 is The Undertaker. Name a book that's hella creepy. So I have Whisper of Death by Christopher Pike, YA horror master. And this book is the only book that ever gave me chills. It's not throughout the whole book, but there's this one section, and it's like, ooh, creepy. And yeah, so I picked that. If we're gonna go with adult horror, the last one that really creeped me out was A Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, which I really highly recommend, and it bums me out that I have not read any of his follow-ups yet, but Horror Store is really good too. All right, that brings us to the last one. Number 11 is Roman Reigns. Name a book that everyone else hates, but you love. I do not hate Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is fine. People need to stop being a baby about Roman Reigns. And mostly they have. But my pick here is Moby Dick by Herman Melville. People can't finish it. There's a hilarious episode of Mad About You where Paul and Jamie join a book club and they're trying to fake out that they read Moby Dick when they did not read it, which is awesome. And I'm actually interested in watching the reunion special for them, or the reunion series or whatever. But I read this last November as a part of Steve Donahue's Read Along, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. I didn't even mind the whale anatomy lessons therein. Yeah, because I enjoyed the parts about sailing and the sea so much. And I'm just generally, like, I love the ocean and the water and all that stuff. And this hit the spot. So yeah, that is my WWE book tag. If you want to and you like wrestling, you should, do these. These prompts are very interesting. Even if you don't like wrestling, you should probably do it, because it's fun. All right, so that is all for right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.